Welcome to the Arsenal show. We are live, and it's the post-match reaction of Arsenal's 2-0 loss against Liverpool. There was a valiant effort from the Gunners, but in the end, quality shone through. The goalkeeper will be looking at himself after that one, but it is what it is. He's been brilliant so far this season, so I'm not gonna dig him out for that one. It's just frustrating after such a good first half. To have the win knocked out of ourselves in that fashion. And joining me tonight for the post-match reaction is Steve K. How you doing, Steve?
Yeah, how you doing, mate? You all right?
I'm all right. Give us a little rundown for the game before we go into the player ratings.
Where do I start? First of all, I've got to say, just proud of the boys. Very, very proud of them tonight. 2-0 lost. Yeah, we know that, but you've already said we had a fantastic first half. Made Liverpool look like a relegation side at times, and our players had them on toast in many battles. And second half they come out. And they just showed where they are that little bit far in front of us, where they've got, men all over the pitch, and we've got a lot of kids and a lot of youth and people that have, still got a lot to learn, but still staying that, I'm still gutted actually. I'm still gutted. That we did come out with that game with something, because I just thought there was so many good performances, all over the pitch, and they've all got to be very proud. I think Mikel Arteta, I think in his post match, he'll come out and say that he's very proud, and at times I've got to say it, I'll probably regret it on Tuesday, and I'll say I'm sorry. But I think Liverpool should be ashamed of themselves at times, the way they acted. They acted like, I know you've got to win matches, but I've seen it from Liverpool before. But they win games, and if it takes certain things to win games, with the dark arts and stuff like that, then we have to set that. And because we would accept it if we was doing it, so yeah, a bit disappointing on that side of it, but really proud of the performance.
Yeah. It was a very good first 50 minutes. As I said before, the win got knocked out of ourselves once we conceded that first goal, because it was almost as if it was like everything we've tried to do to batter down the door and it's just not worked, and then they pop up with one opportunity, the first real opportunity, and then put it away. Andre Mariner in the first half. This is an Andre Mariner who usually referees a game like it's either a Sunday league game or a rugby game. Decided to, every time Arsenal even touched a Liverpool player in that first 15, 20 minutes, he was pulling up a free kick for it. I had to double check it was actually Andre Mariner at one point. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
the Saka one, the Odegaard one, the Lacazette one.
That Mane really riles me. He's rolled me for the last couple of years, Kieran. And again today, diving, kicking ankles. He does it every single time. And the referee's got to get hold of that. Sorry, mate. Carry on.
Yeah, no, he wasn't his best, especially in that first half. But let's get to the player ratings. Okay. Okay. First of all, Aaron Ramsdale.
Well, obviously not Ramsdale's greatest game. He didn't have that much to do, and obviously when he was called upon, he obviously didn't deal with that first goal, which he should have saved. I don't think any of the defenders to blame. So I don't know what Gary Neville was talking about, but yeah, he's had better days at the office as Aaron Ramsdale. As I say, not a lot to do apart from picking the ball out the net. And so, yeah, it's either do I give him a 5 or do I give him a 6? I mean, he made a mistake, so I don't want to give him a 5, but I think it sort of knocked the stuffing out of us, Kieran, and I think I'm going to go 5. It'd be an high 5, but 5.
5 for Aaron Ramsdale. Gabriel.
Yeah, Gabriel. I mean, he didn't have a bad game. I mean, because you're talking about 55 minutes of stopping one of the best forward lines in Europe, and he did that. He got in some good tackles, and there was especially one in I think it was in the first half where he slid in from Tierney's side, and he slid in and stopped. I think it was Jota from shooting. I mean, it was a great tackle. And he had a pretty good game, and he didn't do a lot wrong in my eyes. So because apart from the goals really, which I don't think was his fault, so I give him a 6.
6 for Gabriel. Ben White.
Yeah, I thought Ben White played well again. Again, I think he's growing. Again, he was with Gabriel. They looked strong. That first 55 minutes, they looked strong. I mean, apart from the goals, they didn't really offer nothing. They had nothing to offer, and I think there's a reason why that was, which I'll come onto in a minute. But I think he played well, and. Yeah, I'll give Ben. It probably would be a high 6, but I'll give him a 6.
All right, a 6 for Ben White.
You copying me, John?
6 for White.
Caletto's just come in and he said that he thought he was class, and to be honest, he was he's a 7. And to be honest with you, I quite agree with that. I did think Ben White was the better one out of the two. So yeah, you're not far off there, Colette. So you're not far off.
Yeah, it's you're giving a. I know it's not his fault for the goals, but as a team. Defensively, we've conceded 2 goals, so it's hard to start giving people big scores, no matter how much. Like if he was played a weldy, but it's hard to give people scores when the 7s and 8s when you're talking about a 2-0 loss. They did play well, but they played well until about the 50th minute, and then it really did knock the wind out of us. That game stopped there for us, and then they got the second one, and then it was about damage limitation from there. Yeah, we pushed it here and there, but it never felt like we was going to score after that. It never felt like we really had the impetus to score, the sort of energy to score after that. But yeah, Ben White was very good today. Some really, some really quality balls. It was good. How you doing, Con? Good to see you, mate. Cedric.
I thought another good game from Cedric. Again, I thought he played well. I thought he had, I mean, his job really, it seemed to me in that game, was to stop Diaz, and for me, he stopped Diaz, and in the end, he was the one that got pulled off. So I was quite pleased with Cedric with his defending again. I thought he was quite neat and tidy, like he has been the last few games. I thought he got forward. I just thought he just carried on from what he's been over the last, like I said, over the last few weeks. I mean, again, there was Gary Neville saying that, that Cedric had moved out when he should have stayed in. I mean, I'm not going to, you know, pull him up on that one. To be honest with you, I mean, at the same time, you could say that he ran into the gap, the player. So you know, players do that, and sometimes I think these commentators just look for someone to blame. And but no, I'm not going to give him that. And I thought he had a really good game, and yeah, I'm going to give him. Again, it's difficult to give someone a 7, isn't it? You know, when your players get let 2 goals in, but it was really difficult. It's difficult. It is difficult not to give him a 7, but yeah. I'm going to give him a 6.
Yeah, no. Cedric played well. Look, I see what Gary Neville's saying with regards to he got drawn out because previously, prior to that. The reason why Diaz hasn't got in those positions, the reason why, to be honest, Robertson it didn't even feel like he was present today. No. He was chasing shadows. He was scared to death of Saka, just the same way that Trent Alexander was scared to death of Martinelli, and they were kept on backtracking and backing off. But yeah, prior to that, he would have been keeping tight with Ben White, which is why I think he's probably pulled him up on it, because it's something that he didn't do previously, which has then opened up space. And look, after that, Liverpool still have to get into space. Jota still has to tuck that away. It's the same as Firmino's. Whatever defensively they've done, Firmino's been brilliant there. Still got into space. Still held his line, and he tucked it away in the end. So it's just frustrating. What do you give us, Cedric? 6.
Yeah, he was close to a set. 6.5 for John. Yeah. I'm not allowed to give halves, John. He's tough one, this guy here.
Don't do halves. Don't do halves. No sitting on the fence. Don't do halves.
Yeah. So I think 6.
Kieran Tierney.
Yeah, he sort of was there, wasn't he? You know, he didn't. Again, he didn't do a lot wrong. He certainly didn't get forward through the whole game. He was definitely told by Arteta to sit back and deal with whoever was going that side. And I think he did pretty well, because you know I don't remember nothing coming down there. You know, we had Terence Trent Arnold. I mean, he got Terence Trent ripped a new arsehole by a certain somebody. So he had other things on his mind. So yeah, but Tierney done well. I'd give him a 6.
Kieran Tierney with a 6. Granit Xhaka.
Brilliant. I've had enough. If anybody else if I hear it again, right? I thought he was absolutely excellent tonight. Absolutely, it was excellent. When he gets the ball, he just doesn't lose it now. He just gets the ball, he plays it off, he plays it forward, he gets the tackles in. I just thought he was fantastic tonight. You know, I thought that midfield of him and Partey, I thought they really played well. You know, Xhaka was hitting balls left, right, 40-yard balls. Apparently, the man who can't hit a forward pass. When's it going to stop? When's it going to stop? He'll never stop. You go on Twitter and there'll be someone saying he can't pass the ball, he can't do this, and he can't do that. You know, absolute. I won't swear, but you know what I want to say. Absolute crap, right? But yeah, I thought he was excellent tonight. And it's not because I'm a Granit Xhaka fan, because I'll call him out if I think he's done wrong. I'm going to give him 7.
All right, Granit Xhaka gets a 7. Seven for Xhaka. Thomas Partey.
Again, I thought the first half. I thought he was going on to be that man of the match again, and I was going to end up giving him a 9 at the end of the game when I come on tonight. But I must admit, in the second half, it was like he tailed off a bit. It was like, and then and then Xhaka was the one that seemed to have taken the game of that midfield. It's like they seem to take turns on doing one thing or another, whether it's go forward, go back, do certain things. They've got an excellent combination. And this is why I can't get this thing in my head about when people say, sell Xhaka, sell him. For God's sake, watch these games, and learn. It ain't all about the fact that he's not Granit Van Bruyne, it's... but Thomas Partey, fantastic. I thought he was in the first half. I thought he just went on to the way he was as he has been over the last few weeks again. He's just getting better and better and better and better. And I mean, what a fantastic ball he done in the first half. He did again, carrying on from the weekend where he was doing them turns, like little Cruyff turns in the middle of the pitch. I mean, that is hard. It's hard enough to do it when you're on the wing. I mean, I know, but to do them in the middle of the pitch, Cruyff turns when incredible. So yeah, both of them tonight. Partey and Granit Xhaka, absolutely fantastic performances, and I'll give him a 7.
Right. Thomas Partey gets a 7. Yeah, I thought Partey was. I thought him and Martinelli were man of the match for me. I thought they were excellent. Just even in the second half, he may have not been as fluid or fluent in as he was in the first half, but he was breaking up play, nipping in. I thought it was quality. Martin Odegaard.
Yeah, I think brilliant in the first half. Very, very good in the first half. Second half tailed off a bit, but really pleased with his performance tonight because he carried on from what he's been doing over the last few weeks, and that's all I want to see. Just progression. These are kids. These are players in their 23 to 24 years old. The Liverpool team we were playing tonight. This is the team that is there. They're not going to get any better than what they are. This is how it is, right? That's why Jurgen Klopp was, getting out of his pram, on the touchline, because he knew his Liverpool team, needed to go up because he knows their level. Yeah, and he knows if he can get to that level, he can win the game. And that's fair enough. He should be able to, as long as they've got together and the type of players he's got and what they've paid for their players to come in. But yeah, I mean, Odegaard, I don't know. He looked dangerous. He looked good. I don't think he wasn't on the party. He wasn't on the Xhaka sort of lines. But yeah, I'll give him a sort of a high 6. But I'll give him a 6 tonight, Odegaard. But he played well. He did really well.
Yeah, Odegaard was good today. Not as good as he's been in recent, but I think he was left quite frustrated today. Referee didn't help. As you alluded to earlier, Liverpool were doing what they do best, and they were throwing themselves to the ground as soon as they got touched. And Odegaard was at the end of that a few times. So he came off in the end because it was just a case of we've got Aston Villa on the weekend. Let's not be silly. The game's over. It's 2-0. Let's make the changes now. So yeah, Odegaard, another good game, but just the opposition was just too much in the end. Gabriel Martinelli.
Well, how did Matip get man of the match?
Because they won.
Well, Gary Neville should grow some balls, shouldn't he? Right, and turn around and give the team that's lost the man of the match, right? Because that was ridiculous. Martinelli was the best player on the pitch. End the conversation. Absolutely end the conversation. And Matip got it. I have no idea. No idea whatsoever. He was on that side. Matip played on the left. Robinson, TTA played on the left. He ripped them both a new arsehole. Right? He was fancy. I don't know how he got man of the match. Martinelli tonight, if this is what we've got to come in the future, oh my God. Oh my God. He was absolutely outstanding tonight. Through nutmegs, back heels, 3 players round him, they just could not handle him. They give the man of the match who could not handle the guy with marking. I mean, how ridiculous is that? He was incredible tonight. We know what he's like. We know what he can do. It's going to be very difficult for Emil Smith-Rowe to get back in the team. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
But he was incredible. If he would have scored tonight, I would have given him a 10 because he was that good. Yeah, I mean, he was just all night long, weren't it? I mean, Terence Trent-Arnold won't get an harder game than that for the rest of his career. I'm telling you, he won't. He wondered what hit him after that. He'd be glad to get in that dressing room, glad to get in that bath and get home, and not think about Gabriel Martinelli ever again. But for me, he gets a 9.
Martinelli was brilliant tonight. Non-stop, skillful. Oh, it was so good to watch. It was class tonight. And he's definitely more to come from Gabriel Martinelli. And he could have scored as well. Opened up, get that chance, opened up. Was unlucky. I think in a couple of seasons' time, we'll be looking at that and thinking, you put them away. Even next season, we're looking at, you've got to start putting them away. But that's next season. This season, he gets a free by birth where he can learn and just honing his game, honing his skills, work on that. The balance today, I thought, was really good. It wasn't all 100 miles an hour. It was stuttered, staggered, choosing what time to burst, and it was quality. The little take it past the defender on the byline, then put it through the defender's legs. It was quality tonight.
How many sort of players? I noticed. I was always a left winger. That was my position, and I was even talking to the missus, and I said to her, what I used to do in the first 5-10 minutes, you used to sort of test out who was marking you, and if you knew if you had him on toast for the whole game, right? After 5 or 10 minutes, I'm sure you remember he done that run and he just left Terence Trent-Arnold dead.
Yeah,
right? He was behind him and he just was gone.
Yeah,
and he knew after that. If he didn't know, he ought to know. He ought to know that he wrong. I've got you tonight, son.
Yeah, he did.
Right?
He did.
I've got you. Right. And I think Terence Trent-Arnold after that first run must have thought, I'm in for a hell of a game tonight.
Yeah, he was. But towards the end, it was just like Martinelli had nothing left. He was drained. If only had more subs to use, I would have taken him off. I would have taken Partey off. You just don't want these players to get hurt right now. Xhaka's made of like granite, so he's all right.
Nice one. Yeah.
But Saka.
I thought Saka was a bit quiet tonight. I must be honest. I don't think this was one of his one of his better games, if you like. Well, I say better games. That's not fair. It was one of his quieter games. You know, I didn't think he got involved as much as what he has recently.
I think there was sometimes where he had the opportunity to go at Robertson, but opted for the pass, and it was like it was just like they're scared of you. They were scared. They were tracking back. You had him on his heels, and that's when you just drop the shoulder, going on your left, cut in, go on your right, whatever. But it was just like if Cedric was there for the overlap, he wanted to play the overlap. He didn't. It didn't feel like he felt overly confident to keep on just taking them on and go. That's sometimes as a defender, and I'm watching it as a goalkeeper. The winger doesn't even have to get past the defender. The defender just has to feel like, oh no, I'm in for a rough one today, and then you just keep on going. And it's that relentless winger that just keeps on going, and then he breaks, and then he gets in that, he finds that gap, he finds that space, he gets that shot off, and then that's it. Then the defender don't know where to go. I feel like Saka, as he gets older, mature, and is more confident in his game, teams like Liverpool, if he's doing what he does against the likes of Watford, Leeds, and all them, if he's doing that against Liverpool, and I think he can start doing it now because he's at that level. He's at that level to start taking these boys on.
Yeah. It's funny how we were talking that, like, in the Arsenal show yesterday when we were saying about Martinelli holding it in, and Saka's the one who was calming it down, and Saka was the one who was calming it down tonight. But he was. I think he was a bit too calm. And on the other side, we was looking at Martinelli, where we were saying just hold it in a bit. I mean, looking at it now, we're thinking, well, no, just go, just don't do it. Just play your game.
No, but I think he did, because he had the bits of skill. He had the bits of the little turns. That's the taking it down to 60 miles an hour or second gear and then popping it up into fourth or fifth. That's that. I think what Martinelli's been doing or was doing previously was, as soon as he sees the ball, it's like a puppy and a bone. It was just chase it, try and take him on. Whereas today it was a perfect balance for Martinelli. I think, as you said earlier, he just needed that goal. Saka.
Yeah. Six.
All right, cool. Saka gets a 6. Alexandre Lacazette.
Yeah, again, he wasn't. I think it was a hard game for him tonight. I mean, he was up against two very good centre backs playing in that middle there. Again, he was dropping back a lot. Wasn't really influence. He didn't really influence the game tonight as much as what he has been influencing it over the last 3 or 4 games. But we've got to remember he's up against Liverpool, and one of the best, if not the best, team in Europe at the moment. I mean, there's an argument that's what they are, and I think he found it hard tonight. I thought he worked hard. I thought he done well, and he put in the same work rate that we've been applauding him for for the last few weeks. But I maybe wanted a bit more from him tonight. Then again, maybe that's a bit unfair because I don't know. He was going out to the flanks a lot. And maybe he wasn't getting involved, but even so, for his work rate, and I'll give him a 6.
Lacazette gets a 6. I think by the time the other players come on, it was just. I mean, what you're going to give Eddie Nketiah, Pepe, and Smith Rowe? 5s.
Yeah. Can't really.
They didn't really. They weren't on for too long. Pepe was on for a bit longer, but like I said, by then
Smith probably did that a little bit more than what Pepe did. He had a couple of chances. I think he was getting forward, but Pepe came on after Smith Rowe, didn't he? So he had no chance of getting into the game. But 5s.
I just think by then all the other players on the pitch were just a bit empty. They gave it their all for that 60 minutes, and they needed the goal themselves to keep the adrenaline going and keep them going till the end of the game, or keep it at 0-0 and keep that focus like they have been in previous games. But just that goal, it just turned the game on its head. A bit, and to be fair to Arsenal, the last 3 times they've played Liverpool, put the scores aside. 2-0 the last 2 times and 4-0 the other time. All of those games have been on the turn of a goal. Now the Carabao Cup, even though that was 2-0 and the first one in Anfield in the Premier League was 4-0, the Carabao Cup was probably more of a clean sweep for Liverpool than any of the others. The 4-0 was a mistake from Tavares, and then it was like we conceded 2 quick goals, and then Minamino come on and scored the 4th. It was just like dush, and then
very similar to the Man City game this season, wasn't it? When we lost, when we felt that we've come off, and we're like, we should have got more than that. We deserve more than that. We played well. We matched you, and we come away with nothing. And that again, that was sort of like mirrored tonight's sort of performance, and where we did everything. We played well, and I think just because we're not there yet, because we're that year or 2 behind Liverpool, and that's what showed. So I don't think we should be upset. I don't think we should be putting any of the guys down. I think we should just, put it to one side. I think that, we all knew that, there was a possibility that we was going to get beat by Liverpool. Look, they're going for the title, and they're going full out to win it. And they're an exceptional side. But I'm proud of them. I'm sure everybody else is. And if people ain't, then I don't know what they want.
Arsenal need to get back on. Put this game aside. They've got Aston Villa on Saturday at 12:30, and then they've got a really tough one against Crystal Palace. Looks like 2 weeks later. Is that after the international break? They've got Crystal Palace. So it would be nice if we was to go into the international break with a win away from home to Aston Villa. Is going to be a tough one. But then after that, it doesn't. It doesn't let off. It doesn't really let off. It's Crystal Palace away from home, always a tough game. Brighton at home, and then Southampton away from home as well. But 3 games we have to win. The next 4 games we have to get 12 points from. We have to win those next 4 games because after that it's Chelsea, Man United 6-pointer, Chelsea 6-pointer, West Ham 6-pointer. And then we've got Tottenham 6-pointer. So some really, really, really tough games for Arsenal coming up. But a big chance to put points on the table and put distance between us and Manchester United. All right.
Tottenham are playing well now. Tottenham are playing well. I think they won again tonight, didn't they? And another 3 points. I think that we're only 3 points in front of them now with a game in hand.
Top. We're 3 points ahead of Tottenham with a game in hand. They won 2-0 away from home to Brighton. So as they always say, points on the board are more important than games in hand. However, Arsenal have got those points on the board already, but they need to start taking the points from the games in hand as well to really put distance ahead of Man United and Tottenham. All right, everyone in the comment section, thank you very much for joining us tonight. Calypso, Con, Johnny, Stephen, appreciate your support. Press that like, boys. Press that like. Smash that like. Get in the comment section as well after the show. Anyone who's watching on any of the other platforms, make sure you join us next time on KS1 TV. Make sure you smash that like and subscribe button. If you're watching on Facebook, change the settings so we can see who you are. Come and join us in the chat. If you're watching on Twitter, click the link below in the video as well. Make sure you join us on Saturday for the post-match reaction of the Aston Villa game. Steve, thank you very much for joining us.
Cheers, mate. Pleasure. Bring on the Villa.
All right. Yeah, big game against Steven Gerrard's Aston Villa. Once again, appreciate the support, boys and girls. Peace out. Stay safe. And wash your hands.